안녕하세요 여러분, 크리에이티브즈입니다. Welcome back creators to your very own platform where you all Hallyu fans can come together and create amazing content. Also be part of some exciting events. So don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. In this video, we will be knowing some interesting information about the great King Sejong of the Joseon Dynasty. King Sejong, whose personal name was Yido, was the fourth ruler of the Joseon Dynasty. Born on 15th May 1397, King Sejong is known for his invention and development of Hangul, which is the phonetic system of writing Korean, which was used then after by the Koreans and is still in use. He is the most loved king from South Korea and has many television series based on his life. Also, a point to be noted is that there are many King Sejong institutes throughout the world and many including in India. The institute mainly focuses on teaching the Korean literature. So today we'll watch a video on King Sejong and his invention of the Hangul language. So let's get started. So guys, I have found an amazing video about King Sejong by the channel Looney Tricky, and it titles as King Sejong and the Creation of Hangul. So let's start by watching it.
King Sejong, born Ido, was the fourth king of the Joseon Dynasty. He was the third son of King Taejong and Queen Hwangryong. At first, his older brother, Ije, was the heir to the throne as Grand Prince Yangnyeong. But Taejong stripped Ije of his title and made Ido his heir to the throne as Grand Prince Chunyeong.
Okay.
He ascended the throne in 1418.
So that was really long back.
During his first 4 years of reign, his father Taejong was regent and actually ruled the kingdom until his death in 1422. Sejong is called Sejong the Great, and he's remembered as the greatest ruler of Joseon.
Yes, he was indeed
He
a very
invented
great
Hangul,
ruler of the Joseon
the Korean
Dynasty.
alphabet, encouraged the development of science and technology, and introduced measures to stimulate the economy. Sejong believed that the basis for good government was to have a ruler with many interests and broad knowledge, virtue, and the ability to recognize and use men of extraordinary talent to work for the people.
No doubt he was called the greatest king because he was really intellectual and knowledgeable king.
He instituted a policy to colonize the northern regions of Joseon and, with the help of his father, stopped the Japanese pirate raids by invading Tsushima Island.
So he was not only just knowledgeable but a very great ruler to protect his dynasty.
King Sejong is, first and foremost, remembered for the creation of Hunmin, better known as Hangul, the native phonetic writing system for the Korean language.
As far as I know that people in the earlier days used Hanja, which was very difficult to read and write, and in order to simplify the language in the written format, King Sejong invented Hangul.
It's assumed that Sejong ordered his Hall of Worthies to invent Hangul, but in contemporary records, it is emphasized that he invented it himself. We can read this in the Annals of the Joseon Dynasty and Jung In-ji's preface to the Hunmin Heri.
So he was really an intelligent king to invent a language for making the Korean simpler to write.
The term Hangul was coined by Ju Shigyong, a Korean linguist, in 1912. Han means great and Gul means script.
Okay.
The word Han is also used to refer to Korea in general, so the name Hangul can mean great script or Korean script. North Korea calls it Choseon-gul, Chosun being the North Korean name for Korea. Before the creation of Hangul, the Korean peninsula inhabitants wrote using classical Chinese.
Yes, that's what I
But
talked
there
about
were
earlier.
big differences between the Korean and Chinese languages. Moreover, due to the large number of characters that needed to be learned and the difficulty of writing Chinese characters, writing and reading was mostly out of reach of
So it was really difficult because Hanja was basically classical Chinese, and in order to understand it, it was really difficult for the common people of the dynasty.
the lower classes who lacked the privilege of education. In those days, it was impossible to study without money, and arguably that didn't change.
Even now.
King Sejong created this unique alphabet to promote literacy among the common people, which was the vast majority of people in Joseon. There are 24 basic letters in Hangul.
So as we know that King Sejong was a very thoughtful king, because in order to make his population literate, he invented a very simpler format of writing the Hangul language so that every common people can read and write and learn Korean thoroughly. Indeed, a literate society makes great developments. With that aim, the Joseon Dynasty was really popular because they made really great developments in that time.
14 consonant letters and 10 vowel letters.
It was really difficult for me to pronounce the vowels earlier because they sounded most of the same, but as soon as I got the hang of it, it really became very easy because the number of consonants and vowels in Korean, like in Hangul, is very less. So it becomes really easy to understand the language.
Furthermore, there are 27 complex letters formed by combining the basic letters, 5/10 consonant letters, 11 complex consonant letters, and another 11 complex vowel letters.
Okay.
4 basic letters in the original alphabet are no longer used, 1 vowel and 3
I
consonants.
didn't know about this.
Letters in the Hangul alphabet are called jamo.
Jam.
Each consonant letter is based on a simplified diagram of the patterns made by our mouth, tongue, and teeth when producing the sound related to the character.
This was so great idea in order to make people understand, because this is really a great invention, like making the characters based on the patterns the mouth makes during its pronunciation. Really great.
Vowels were formed by combining dots and lines.
Yes.
The circular dot represented heaven,
Ooh.
the horizontal line, earth, and the vertical line, humanity.
Again, it proves that it was so thoughtful while making this language.
Morphemes are built by writing the letters in syllabic blocks.
Yes, as Hanja was written vertically, Hangul is written horizontally to make it simpler and easier.
The blocks thus formed are strung together in a line. Because of its construction, Hangul is often called by Koreans the scientific alphabet.
Yes, Hanja was written vertically, it was really difficult to, it might have been really difficult to clarify the words. Like in Hangul, which is written vertically, the words can be separated by a space, but I don't know how the Hanja was written at that time and how it made it easy to understand.
King Sejong completed his work on Hangul in 1443.
Okay,
He
so
published
the
it in
language was started in
1446
1443.
with a 33-page manual titled Hunminjeongeum, meaning
Ooh.
the correct or proper sounds for the instruction of the people.
So he even wrote a manual for it.
This manual explained the letters, the philosophy, and motives behind creating them.
Oh, that was
It
really
asserted
great.
that anyone could learn Hangul in a few days. And I have to say that it's entirely true. That doesn't mean that one knows what he or she is reading, but it's possible to read just about anything accurately after a few days or even hours of studying Hangul.
And indeed, Hangul can be written very fast because it is very easier to understand. I know that the learning the language is difficult, but the words to read and write, it is very simple.
There's a popular saying about Hangul: a wise man can acquaint himself with them before the morning is over. Even a stupid man can learn them in the space of 10 days.
Oh,
October 9th is Hangul Day in South Korea.
okay.
Hangul is very special because it's an alphabet whose creator and purpose of creation are known to us. King Sejong writes in the Hunming Jeongum manual, because the speech of this country is different from that of China, our spoken language does not match the Chinese letters. Therefore, even if the ignorant want to communicate, many of them cannot successfully express themselves.
Yeah, the Chinese pronunciations are very difficult, and in order to use the Chinese written language to pronounce Korean would have been difficult in that times. It was really a great thing to invent Hangul.
Saddened by this, I made 28 new letters. It is my wish that all the people may easily learn these letters and that they be convenient for daily use.
This shows that how humble
King
and thoughtful
Sejong
the
worked on
king
Hangul
was.
in secret because, as he expected, when he revealed it, he faced backlash from the noble class. They disapproved of it. Giving the peasants the ability to read and write would allow them to find loopholes in the law.
There's
They also
always
felt that
drawbacks
it
to
would
something.
threaten their position in court because it would create a larger pool of civil servants if the exams would be taken in Hangul and not in Chinese characters. The Joseon elite continued to use Chinese Hanja long after Sejong's death. Hangul was often treated with contempt by the elite, who give it the nickname Unmun, meaning vulgar script. Hangul became quite popular among women and fiction writers.
But it was really great that even if it wasn't used in the government, people and the lower caste people got to know and got to learn about the language and read and write. They became literate. It was an advantage for the dynasty.
The study and publication of Hangul was banned in 1504 by King Yeon Sang-gun after a document criticizing him was published. 2 years later, the Ministry of Unmun was abolished. Hangul was adopted in official documents for the first time in 1894.
1894.
The
that is
definitive
too
modern
late.
Korean alphabet manual was published in 1946. It has since been used in both Koreas. North Korea has banned the use of Hanja. South Korea still uses it in some publications and in writing names.
Okay, so this was all about the invention of Hangul language. So it was really good that the king was very thoughtful and made this language into work because of the literacy of the people, because the literacy matters for the development of the country. But as it was demolished, I know that it would have affected the country, but not that much because the people started using it in the lower caste. So it was really a great and informative video by Looney Tricky. Thank you so much. I love this video and got to know so much about Hangul and King Sejong. So this was really very informative to me. I know that it was very informative to you too, and if you got to learn something new, please tell us in the comment section, and also what you want to know in the next video. We'll be back with some amazing content. Until then, please like, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Bye!